We're going to do a pie chart that is displaying 5 preferences for subject. So we've got subject, tally, the number which corresponds to the tally, and then we've got 2 columns. One is the fraction, one is the degree. So the purpose of doing the tally is that you can find out how many degrees accurately each sector needs to be to accurately represent the size. Okay? So when we look at this information, we're expecting that the maths is going to be the biggest sector, then English, science, PE, and other. So just luckily they're in order as well. So to do that, we need to do 2 things. We've got to put our number into a fraction and then times that fraction by 360. We can use a calculator for this in Year 7. Okay? So, questions, or are you going to share? Yep. Okay, 1 second. Before we work out our fractions, we need to recognise that it's part of a whole. That's what a fraction is. So if I've got this one, which is 8, 8 is going to be my numerator. What is going to be my denominator? Have a think about this. With this set of data, what's going to be my denominator? Part of a whole as a fraction. Ethan, yes? 24. Why do you say 24?
Because like you add up all the numbers and then you get the amount of people that...
Maxie, sorry, you're distracting me.
Yeah. The amount of people that were involved in
the total. Yeah, the whole amount, which is 24. So all of our denominators are going to be 24, and all of our numerators are going to be whatever this is here. So 6 out of 24, 5 out of 24. Do that for me now. Now, Tim, I heard you say, what if you can simplify it? That's fine, but when we're using a calculator for pie charts, it's not totally necessary, but you can if you wish. Okay, once you've done that, guys, I'll get you to grab out your calculator. I'm going to talk you through the next step. Okay, the next process is to times our fraction by 360. So on your calculator, you're going to go numerator, whatever that is, divided by denominator, equals, and then you'll have a decimal number. You multiply that by 360.
I was wondering, because I was thinking there's no way you could multiply it
Times 360? Yeah. Okay, so now that we've done all those figures, we've got 120 degrees, 90, 75, 60, and 15. Now, just by chance, the breakdown of these numbers is particularly kind for using our protractor. So they're easy degrees to draw. Sometimes, and you might have this for your assignment, you might have something like 62.8 as an answer here. So then you would round it. Okay, 62.8, for example, would be then 63 degrees. That means when you get to your final sector, because you've rounded it slightly perhaps, you might find that it's not exactly equal to 360 in total. Okay, that's okay, as long as you've rounded them carefully. Okay, so the next step is to draw those degrees on your graph. Now, it might seem like a really easy task, but I find people forget how to use protractors. Okay? So the first step is to make sure you have found the middle of your circle. Sorry, first step, draw your circle. Now, for mine, I have just gone, like someone suggested before, around and around. If you've got a 360 protractor, good for you. Okay. You can do that too. If you have, well, if you've got a protractor, just use your protractor. Yeah. Okay, then once you've done that, make sure when you have placed your protractor and you've drawn around the outside, you've then found the middle where it's the middle crosshair part, and you've just done a little dot there, and that'll show you where the middle is. You need that middle. Okay, then go from the middle. Now this first line, it doesn't really matter where it goes. So it could go here or here, whatever. I generally just go from here to the outside. Okay, drawing a line like that. And then that's your baseline for your first measurement. Okay? Question, Asha? If you really want to. But you need a protractor for the rest of it, so, you know. Okay, now on your protractors, boys, that are see-through, you will have a little crosshair section that is not actually the edge of the protractor. Can you see that on yours? It's sort of in the plastic part a bit. That's what you need to place over the line that you've just drawn. Now mine, I use the edge because that's where my degrees are on there. My measurements are on there. Okay, but yours, you'll have to just make sure it's over the protractor. In the Google Classroom, there's a video of how to do that, if you're stuck. Okay, so you're going to put it on the 0, and then you're going to measure 120, remembering you're using whichever set of numbers starts at 0 for what side you are starting at. So over here, I've got 10, 20, 30 on the outside, and on the inside, my set of numbers is 170, 160, 150. I use the outside set of numbers this time, okay? So all the way up to 120, and I just do a little line, and then I connect that like so. Okay? Simple. From there, you then have two choices. You can use this line for your baseline for your next degree, or you can use this one, but you need to then turn your protractor around. Okay, so my next degrees is 90. So I'm going to turn my protractor around. This is my baseline, and I'm going to go to 90. Okay, does that make sense so far? Yeah? All right. Now, usually, as the ones we saw in the book, they had color-coded sections. Okay? So just for the beginning, you can write on them what they are so you don't forget. But then later you would rub that out, color them in, and provide me with a key, color-coded key. Okay?